Hello, and welcome to Good Seeds, where I will be reading out of the Jesus Storybook Bible, written by Sally Lloyd-Jones, illustrated by Jago. Today we are going to be reading The Friend of the Little Children, Jesus and the Children, and this comes from Matthew 18:19, Mark 10, and in Luke 18. We'll read the corresponding scriptures after I'm done with the storybook. Jesus' friends were arguing. Who was the most important helper in God's kingdom? They wanted to know. I am, James said. No, you're not, said Peter. I am. Nonsense, Matthew said. I am the cleverest. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Yes, no, am too. This silliness went on and on like this for some time. You see, Jesus' friends were starting to think that they had to do something to make themselves special for Jesus. If they were the cleverest or the nicest or something, Jesus would like them best. But they had forgotten something God had been teaching his people all through the years, that no matter how clever you are, or how good you are, or how rich you are, or how nice you are, or how important you are, none of it makes any difference. Because God's love is a gift, and, as anyone will tell you, the whole thing about gifts is, it's free. All you have to do is reach out your hand and take it. So while Jesus' friends were arguing, some people who knew all about gift giving, in fact, you might say they are gift experts, had come to see Jesus. Who were they? They were the little children. Jesus' helpers tried to send them away. Jesus doesn't have time for you, they said. He's too tired. But they were wrong. Jesus always had time for children. Don't ever send them away, Jesus said. Bring the little ones to me. Now, if you had been there, what do you think you have had to line up quietly to see Jesus? Do you think Jesus would have asked you how good you've been before he'd give you a hug? Would you have to be on your best behavior or get dressed up and not speak until spoken to? Or would you have done just what these children did? Run straight up to Jesus and let him pick you up in his arms and swing you and kiss you and hug you and then sit you on his lap and listen to your stories and your chats. See, children love Jesus, and they didn't need to do anything special for Jesus to love them. All they needed to do was run to him. And so that is just what they did. Well, after all the laughing and games, Jesus turned to his helpers and said, no matter how big you grow, never grow up so much that you lose your child's heart. Full of trust in God. Be like these children. They are the most important in my kingdom. Now we're going to read the corresponding scriptures, and I am reading out of the NIV Bible. And I am going to condense this to just reading in Matthew. I'm coming out of chapters 18 and 19, but it can also be found in Mark 10 and Luke 18. So we're going to start here in Matthew 18, and we're going to read 1 through 5. At that time the disciples came to Jesus and asked, who then is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? He called a little child to him and placed the child among them. And he said, truly I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever takes the lowly position of this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoever welcomes one such child in my name welcomes me. And then we have in Matthew 19, starting in verse 13. Then the people brought the little children to Jesus for him to place his hand on them and pray for them. But the disciples rebuked them. Jesus said, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." When he had placed his hands on them, he went on from there. So we see here that Jesus makes time for the little children, and he wants us to keep a childlike heart, where we're not trying to do anything to please or not be the best or the richest or the most important or memorize the most scripture, whatever it is that you think that you're trying to accomplish to receive Jesus' love. Jesus' love and what he did for us on the cross was God's gift to us as his children. And it was a gift. It was free. And so when we come to Jesus with childlike awe and just wanting to be around him, like a child who loves their parent, doesn't need anything, but they just want to be near them. That's what Jesus longs for in us, is that we just long to be near him. And I hope that helps you for today. And I'm so grateful that you're here with me. And Lord willing, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.